Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. And this is some effed up mess right here. And it's not effed up that they presented, but it's effed up in that this is what they think the condition is of so-called thug black men or black men in general in the so-called black female-run black community. All right, the Dems and the American black women think that black men are so sorry that their vote can be bought for some coochie from a woman or some behind the curtain from, well, part of that alphabet crew. This is what you get. I'm going to break down just how bad it really is and how bad that these two groups of people are SHing on Afro men. But the question is going to be asked that by the end of this, one, y'all share this, especially amongst the brothers, but by the end of this, how many so-called black men are going to be so weak and ignorant that they could be guided by the nose by these two? Now, I want you to take a look at it and think to yourself, what kind of man would follow the lead of the BAW and the LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ in the so-called black community? They can't be hard. They can't be intelligent, politically savvy. All right, and I'm not saying that they're dumb, because a lot of these dudes aren't dumb, but the word lazy come to mind, and gullible. So gullible that they will throw their whole community, lives, and even though things are really, really bad, these are the same dudes that look to blame things on other people in order to cover the mistake that they made in the guy they put in office. Keep in mind, the country is being punished for bearing false witness. All right, but how bad is this really? All right, let's take a look at the political ad. And I'll leave a link so that you can hear it in its entirety. And I'm going to leave a link to the actual YouTube video and look at the commentary from the black women that are in the comment section. They are not your friend, brothers. They are not your friends. They are not your wives. They are not even your family. They're looking for your destruction. They want to see your manhood destroyed along with your minds, and they want to be able to drag you along with them by the nose. All right? So pay attention to this. Is an important video. Pay attention to the messages they've been sending out to Afro men. I want y'all to understand that the Democrat Party, the Democrats think that the Afro man has become so ignorant, stupid, gullible, and lazy that all they need to do to get him to vote and put the people they want in office, who will do absolutely nothing for them except persecute them more, is to make videos. You had booty to the polls. You had you ain't black if you don't vote for Biden. That came out of his mouth. All right. And then you had the senator twerking on the beach. All right. And so my question to the so-called black men is, this what it takes for you to vote? All right. This is what the Democrats think of you. This is what the Democrats think, that you're led by the woman, and they could bring an LGBT dude to get you to vote and keep voting Democrat. This is Trina. And a lot of women were giving Trina props for destroying women. They was like, oh, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and all the rest of them. Trina started all this mess. And that may well be true. But I want you to look at the destruction of the family, destruction of the community, and the destruction of the community because it's the black women that are doing it and teaching it to their daughters. And then look at how this is a message that the BAW uplift. All right. All right. This should be said on so many levels. All right. That they think that they can get these to get dudes to vote for the Democrat. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. And the message is, if you don't vote, and if you don't vote for the Democrats, the women are no longer going to sleep with you. But here's the thing. The ABW are not sleeping with most Afro men anyway. They're only sleeping with the thugs. And the good men, the working men, outnumber the thugs. But here's the thing. Most of them really still cater to their mom. So are they still on that? Are they still being babied by their mom? I mean, to the brothers, is this the message? Right? That this is the Democrat Party right here. This is what the Democrat Party is. Oh, and don't get it twisted. The Republicans use Candace Owens in the same way. Period. They put a little pretty face out there, right, who don't represent you. She represents her husband, a Caucasian man. She represents the Caucasian community and the Republican Party. And they wish for the powers to stay Caucasian. Believe that. All right? They're not interested in you. They're trying to make the argument that your views is the same views as theirs, and it's not. Don't be suckered by them either. Brothers, as soon as we understand this, the better off we'll be. We have no political friends. We have no one in the political parties that represents us. Not even the token so-called black people that they put before us. All right, y'all need to understand this. And until brothers understand this, then not the community is already doomed. But until brothers understand that brothers got to leave the whole political apparatus alone and stop messing with it in the normal way that they want you to. All right, we need to come up with another strategy or completely leave the whole entire community alone. Mix it up. Or do like us passport brothers. When me and Charles Tyler was talking about this at the very beginning, okay, get your passports and just leave the whole country alone for a while. Only come back when they suit your needs. Just travel a lot. It's cheaper. All right, the only people that got to be stuck here are the people that are stuck here. But for right now, this is who they think represent the so-called black community. All right, not the hetero Afro man. This is them pointing at you and tell them, and this is the black woman telling you, if you don't vote Democrat, this is the whole message. If you don't vote Democrat and put her girl into office, and this is mainly Stacey Abrams, all right, it's an attack on Afro men using hip hop and a worn out, coochified woman, along with the LGBTQ, which do not represent the hetero Afro men at all. All right, this is the message. And as you see, the Afro man is the target of this message. And not only is it a message, but it is also a threat that if you don't vote and put her girl in, that they're going to talk to the women to tell them not to give you any. Here's the problem with that. Most of the brothers, the women, if you're working dudes, the women don't give a F about you anyway. All right? So now they're going to try to get the thugs on them side, but then they're going to give it to the thug anyway. Because not only do the thugs want it, but the black women want it too from the thugs. All right? They're going to try to blame us, and let us blame us for the failure to put another Dem in office that's going. Things are bad. Things are really, really bad under the leadership of these females. And people just don't really know how bad it really is. There's a hip hop artist that could tell you better than me. So in this ad, the so-called black man is the target, but I want y'all to understand the condition of what's going on in Georgia under the leadership of the women that's running Georgia. All right?
So what you gotta understand is this, right? When you have shootings anywhere or killings, what does it do? People don't want to move there. People don't want to move there, right? And what does that do? And what does that do? Lower the value of the place, right? Oh, 10 years ago, Ludacris Day, you go to Atlanta, you party. Chicks, everything. Chicks, everything. It's crazy. You go to Ludacris weekend. Crazy. I remember doing that. Beautiful women all over the place. No shootouts. Now you go to Atlanta, you like this. Can I stop for gas? My man's telling me. Shout out to my man Big Mike. You better fill up, motherfucker. You gotta fill up the tank now. So imagine going from parties. I remember being in a party with Mayweather, Gucci Man. Shit lit. Mayweather burning money. Shit crazy years ago. Now. Listen, Vlad. Motherfuckers got bigger guns and they more ruthless. Just keep that in mind. Okay. They're more heartless. Listen, and I don't glorify the shit. I wish it could stop. I pray it do, because it's crazy. So, what you gotta understand is this, right? When you have shit, and I'm not glorifying that shit, but come on, bro. You seen that kid? You got a white rapper. He just got shot at 21 times.
Keep in mind that the majority of judges, Georgia, the courts and everything, the people running these communities, they elected for all women, mostly women. Women run Georgia, all right, because they're elected by other women. Brothers are leaving, and they're vastly outnumbered, and the sisters are on sister code.
His engineer got hit like 10 times. The engineer. You ain't see that? Hollywood? White rapper. You can look him up. I forgot his name. Look him up. And I'm glad he's okay, and I'm glad his guy's okay. I don't glorify none of this shit, because I've been through this shit, and I'm glad I'm still here.
You know? Waco the Kid?
There you go. He got shot about 6 times. And his engineer got shot about 10 times. Imagine being an engineer getting shot 10 times.
That's how safe Georgia isn't. All right? That's how safe it isn't. And look at who's running it. Democrat. And they put a bunch of women judges in. This, that, and the other. And it's bad when these hip-hop artists don't stay safe. And they want black men to keep voting. And so they're going to weaponize the black women against the black men. The Democrat Party is. Brothers, because we're outnumbered by women who decided to make you the enemy, while at the same time demanding that you give them your money, you give them protection, all right? While at the same time, they say, in return, we're going to take your children. We're going to use the system to rake you over the coals. That's the ABW, American Black Woman. We don't need that. And I think en masse, it's time for the good brothers to just leave Just continually travel to any country. Because right now, with the exception of England, which is having the same problems, but right now, most non-Western countries are a better place to be than the United States is for an Afro man that got his stuff together. All right. It's extortion at its worst here in the U.S. for the Afro man. This is who they're going to use. I say the whole country is going to hell. But the black community is going there in a wicker basket doused in gasoline. And the best they could do is try to shame us into sticking with a woman that's been such an adversary. It's not going to work. And for the simps, that's probably going to still continue to make excuses for destroying a community by keeping people in office that's going to continue to destroy it. It's a no depolicing zone here, right? And let them hit the wall and go to hell in that fiery basket with the rest of the people that's going to remain in a community that you kind of have to see the Most High is going to have to destroy. It is that far gone. With that said, I'm out.